I know, before you even say it, I know. But Sleeve, everybody already covered this topic. I know that everybody already went over this topic. I know that all of our favorite Pokemon YouTubers out there already talked about what TCGPlayer needs to do to better their site for not only the sellers, but also the buyers. Mostly the sellers need a lot of improvements though, to really bring TCGPlayer back up to it's 2026, y'all, and we're still putting stamps on envelopes to send out Pokemon cards. But anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I know, like I said, all of our favorite Pokemon YouTubers, they already covered this topic. TJ over at PokePass TCG, he had a great video on it. Rob at RNG Games definitely covered it very well. Of course, we have Chris at It's Phantom Cards. He definitely summarized his video very well. Even Bronze God, Carmine at Bronze God definitely covered this. We got Matt at RAR TCG. All these great YouTubers we all enjoy in this nice, awesome community we're growing. Definitely covered this topic in full. And I'm probably just going to repeat a lot of the things that they've already said. And that's fine. It deserves to be repeated. We shouldn't just let this topic die because people stopped covering it. We all covered it all at once. We should all continue to keep putting out little morsels of videos here to keep the pressure on TCGPlayer to say that we're not letting go, we're not standing down. We need to see some changes, especially as sellers on this platform. But how's it going, folks? Josh here with Sleep to Chaos, and welcome back to another exciting episode of From My TCG Collection Tears, A Beard's Tale, where I go over my regular eBay and TCGPlayer sales. Of course, we talk about different Pokemon related topics, and especially around the resale space. And then, as always, on Wednesday nights, we do a little live where we do some rip and ship. And of course, we do some random lives too, processing some collections and stuff. And if this is something you think you might be into, please make sure you go ahead and smash those buttons, hit that like, make sure you're a subscriber. YouTube is telling me that 58% of you right now are not subscribed. So go ahead and make sure you subscribe with the bell notification on so you can see more of my content when it comes out. All right, folks, let's get into it. Let's go ahead and talk about what TCGPlayer needs to do to catch up to some of these other platforms that have just gotten to be so far ahead of TCGPlayer. Like I said, stamps, y'all. It is 2026, and while stamps is a good way to send stuff, we should be moving away from this as people shipping out cardboard that has value to it. We shouldn't be relying on just a little forever stamp in hopes that package gets there safe and sound. We should have a tracked envelope just like eBay has. And considering eBay owns TCGPlayer, we can never forget about that. They are essentially the same company at this point. There is absolutely no reason that TCGPlayer shouldn't have the same exact eBay stamped envelope that eBay has. And with the eBay stamped envelope at the current price right now, it is 78 cents. So it is a little cheaper than your forever stamp, and you get it tracked. You get a tracked shipping. And I will admit, it is not the best. There is issues with this tracked shipping that is not always the most up to date and the most accurate, but it is by far really better than having absolutely nothing. And it's cheaper than a forever stamp by a few cents too. So these are just great perks to have when you're sending out multiple orders. So what can TCGPlayer do to get around this? Well, of course, they could start integrating shipping. If TCGPlayer themselves does not want to figure this out, allow another company to start doing the shipping for us. I should be able to click something off of TCGPlayer and go right to making a shipping label for my customer. That information should go right to my buyer and let that buyer know that I sent out that card, that this is the tracking for it, this is what you should be looking for, here's how to search that tracking. These all should be things clickable and findable on TCGPlayer that they should have. And if they are not prepared to do something like this on their site, if they're just incapable of figuring out, which is a cop-out in my opinion, then let's send all of these shipments over to eBay. Just go ahead and reroute all of our shipments over to eBay. We don't have to sell it on eBay. Just allow us to print the label out from eBay. Like, you're already doing it on your sister company, your main company. Like, let's do it on TCGPlayer as well. There's just no reason to not be doing it. And then, of course, you have your API. For whatever reason, TCGPlayer, although they allow all of these other private companies to access all of their data as far as prices go, they don't want to give out their API to allow more integrating from other sites onto their site. For instance, SortSwift. SortSwift is a place you can load up your cards as well as Card Uploader. And they have options where you can cross-post your cards onto different platforms. And unfortunately, because TCGPlayer won't share their API with the rest of the world, they can't cross-upload their cards on the TCGPlayer and eBay and Manipool and all these other options. And that is just silly. It is just silly. You are not holding anything precious. This is not my precious. It's just a little bit of API data. Just go ahead and allow it all. We're fine with it. We're all okay with it. Every other big company does it. It's time for TCGPlayer to catch up to 2026, y'all. And in my opinion, these two things are probably the biggest things that most of us have had complaints about. They're definitely the two key things that most of the people who have done videos on this has definitely complained about. And I am no different. They are my two biggest things. Just make those things happen. And I feel like you will satisfy so many sellers for the next several years. The next thing we should cover is that floor price 100 card order you get, where you got your floor set at 20 cents, you're sending out 100 cards at 20 cents each, so your order is a whopping $20 to pull 100 cards from your inventory after you've already processed those 100 cards, conditioned those 100 cards, listed those 100 cards, put them away in your inventory, pull them back out of your inventory. You had to first procure those cards from wherever you purchased them from. Maybe you had to drive 20 miles to go get them. Whatever the case was, there was so much time put in to those 100 cards. And to get $20 is okay until you remember it's a 100 card order and you can't put 100 cards in a plain white envelope. Like, what are we doing here? So now you've got to go ahead and jump up the track shipping, where you're going to spend $6 to $7 on either USPS, maybe you'll use Pirate Ship, or one of the other multiple places you can print off some sort of USPS, UPS, FedEx label. Generally speaking, USPS is going to be one of the cheaper options for you to use. But you have now turned this $20 order that was already going to be eaten by some fees of like 13%. So you're already down to like $16, $17 you're only going to get for this order anyways. And now you're going to be adding in that $6 to $7 shipping cost, bringing this order down to maybe you'll get 10 bucks. Now you're also going to factor in the cost of the cards. Again, maybe you paid a penny a piece for them. So your profit margin on this $20 100 card order is maybe $8 to $9. I don't know about y'all, but it's just not worth my time to do that. It's not worth my time to spend so much on 100 cards, especially when it's 100 cards from every single set you have listed. The person buys 2 cards from this set, 3 cards from this set, 4 cards from that set, 8 cards from this set, and it's just so much going through your entire inventory to pull this order. It takes forever. TCGPlayer needs to allow some sort of shipping option for these larger card orders. There needs to be a limit on how many cards can be shipped out in a plain white envelope. And then whenever a customer orders more cards than that, there needs to be a way that the seller is able to upcharge the customer. Period, plain and simple. And these buyers need to start getting used to those kinds of orders, just like other selling platforms do themselves. For me, I would like to see nothing more than 30 to 45 cards. I can fit 45 cards in a plain white envelope. I don't really like sending that many out. I'd really rather prefer staying at that 30 and less, but I'll send them out up to 45 cards. So if we can just get something like that, some sort of maximum card per order before you have to jump up to the next shipping cost, that would just be phenomenal to me as a seller. That is my biggest aggravation and hurdle that I have as far as TCGPlayer goes. When I know that I'm selling a mini of the same exact cards on eBay and I'm getting my shipping covered, if a customer buys multiple cards, it doesn't mean anything to if I have to jump up to the next shipping cost, because that customer is paying $1 per card in shipping no matter what on eBay. That's what I have baked into my orders on eBay. So to have a 100 card order, sure, fine, I'll put it in a bubble mailer. I might put it into a box also. I don't know. Why not? The customer is paying so much for the shipping on that order. It's fine. I gotta calm down, y'all. I gotta calm down. I'm definitely getting heated up. Like I said, this is one of my biggest hurdles when it comes to TCGPlayer. I hate the fact that a customer can just order unlimited amount of cards without having to pay shipping. It is my biggest pet peeve. But let's move on from that Our next big thing will be inventory issues. There's definitely been plenty of times that as a seller, TCGPlayer, for whatever reason, has messed up our inventories. Whether it was a CSV we uploaded and it didn't upload properly, something TCGPlayer has done has fudged the inventory as a seller and has made it to where it shows cards that you have never listed out of sets you've never even had a card from, or it doesn't have the cards you actually do have in your inventory listed. Again, these are definitely issues that have popped up outside of being the seller's fault. These are sometimes can be TCGPlayer's fault, and I wish that they could figure that out. Figure out what is going on in their system that does cause these kinds of mishaps in their orders. Especially when there are times, for whatever reason, some cards are put down at a much lower price than the seller ever intended for. Puts down to a really lower floor than the seller ever had, and are ended up sold to a customer that realized these are all stupid cheap, let me grab them all. And now you're sending out tons of cards to somebody because they found a flaw in your shop that was likely caused by something TCGPlayer did. Our next thing, which kind of falls in line with our same exact topic, is pricing. I personally use CSVs to update my pricing because I am not a pro member. I don't have a pro shop on TCGPlayer. I'm more of an eBay seller. That's where most of my stuff is at, where my better stuff's at. I just use TCGPlayer to sell off all my playable cards, to sell off all my really inexpensive, not the most popular bulk cards that people might need to master set. For instance, I've got a 70 card order going out today that is primarily all reverse hollows from Evolving Skies. There's a few hollows in there and maybe a couple other cards from another set, but mostly it's a 70 card order of all Evolving Sky reverse hollows. None of these reverse hollows are like the most sought after, the coolest Pokemon. They're just something that this customer needed to help get their master set going. But for those that have that pro shop, for those that have that ability to do mass price, I would love to be able to have that option without having to have a pro shop. I don't really care about having a pro shop. I don't really care about having a spot that people can specifically come and buy from me on TCGPlayer. It's fine. I don't need to have that kind of option on there, but I would like to have something much easier than the CSVs that I'm doing for my pricing. I would like to be able to price my non-hollows at a floor of this. I would like to be able to price my hollows and reverse hollows at this floor. I would like to be able to price my EXs and Vs at this floor. I would like to be able to price my IRs and whatever at this floor. I would like to be able to have the ability to price all these things at different floors without having to do 20 different CSVs. You know what I mean? That would be great. And that is something you can do with mass price, but you only do it with mass price to have a pro membership. And in order to have a pro membership, TCGPlayer wants you to give them, what is it, like another 3% or something per order? Like, you might as well just be buying an eBay store at this point. 3% per order is so much money if you're selling as much as some of these big people do on TCGPlayer. It's an absurd amount of money that they are asking of you to have the mass price tool option. Buyers have their own issues on TCGPlayer. The cart optimization tool, it doesn't always work properly the way it was intended to work. For whatever those reasons are, I'm not a computer whiz. I have no clue how code works, but that is definitely something that TCGPlayer needs to figure out to make buyers more happy. Why is it your cart optimization tool just doesn't work as well as other platforms? Why is it that buyers, when they are using these cart optimization tools, end up paying more than they should have, or can't find the cards they should have, or have to have multiple shipments sent to them to get the cards that they do want? Because again, the cart optimization tool is not optimizing as well as it could be doing. And I think my last thing I'm going to cover, although I'm sure there are plenty more things to cover that TCGPlayer could be doing better, is advertising. Do you guys ever see any sort of advertising for TCGPlayer outside of, say, like a card show or the places you should assume to see some sort of TCGPlayer presence at? I don't ever see it. I'll see eBay ads. I've seen eBay commercials on my streaming apps, on Paramount or Peacock or whatever the case was. One of my commercials that I get regularly sometimes is an eBay commercial. Where are the TCGPlayer advertising? And while I understand that as a community, as a hobby, it is very, very common knowledge that TCGPlayer is a thing, and most people in this hobby are going to know this. except for all the new people. This hobby is growing exponentially. There are so many new people. I mean, I'm new to it just a year ago, and other content creators in this space are also in the last year new to this. We have people that are joining into this hobby every single day. And those people, for whatever reasons, may not know for a long time that TCGPlayer is even a thing where they can go and get cards. It just, for whatever reason, they're not in the know. They're not watching the content. They're not at the shows. They're not around other people that are involved in the hobby. They're just that guy that's wanting to go to Walmart and grab a few packs. Maybe they're shopping on eBay. Maybe they're shopping at their local LGS. Wherever it is they're getting their stuff, they just haven't found TCGPlayer yet because they haven't heard about them. TCGPlayer is very, very reliant on us telling others about them. TCGPlayer does nothing to let brand new customers know they even exist. So that would be something I would really like to see from a company that's making hundreds of $millions a year. Like, let's be honest here. What did they make? 330 million last year or something? I mean, it's absurd. Can we please get a little advertising so that the noobs out there that are just getting into this, just learning about this, can find you guys, can find us sellers selling cards for those customers that are looking for them? That would be amazing. Not only for a seller, not only for TCGPlayer, but also the customers. It would just be great to have more advertising happening, more ways that you guys get out there, that you even exist, so that the new people joining this hobby that are happening every single day, every minute, every second, there is a new person joining into this hobby that, for again, may not know for months that TCGPlayer is even a way to source cards. But all right, folks, I think that's enough of my rant. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on eBay today. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on TCGPlayer. I do have a few decent orders going on both of those today, so I can't complain too much. I do wish my eBay would ramp back up. It is still so slow right now, but it's okay. We had a lot of things going on the last couple weeks, which is why I was behind getting this video out. I've had a couple reptile shows the last couple weeks, and now I have a few more weeks off. Granted, I do have to prepare for one of my biggest shows of the year. August 17th, I think, is that show, the National Reptile Breeder Expo in Daytona, Florida. If you guys are in that area, I highly suggest going and checking that show out. Even if you're not into reptiles, even if you never thought you'd be into reptiles, there's so much to see. There's so much to do there. It's such a great time. This is going to be my 33rd year, 34th year. I don't even know. We're in the 30s, y'all. I'm 45 years old, and I've been going to this show since I was 13 years old. So what is that, 33 years I've been going, counting this year? Yeah, 33 years straight I have attended this show. You don't go to something for 33 years straight if it isn't amazing. So again, if you guys are in that area and you're into that kind of stuff, come on by and check me out, man. I'll be selling all my wares there. I'll have isopods, I'll have my dirt, my leaves, my substrate, all the stuff you need to do bioactive setups, and of course I might even have some tanks, terrariums, jars, and things like that already set up for you guys to purchase as well. So let me go ahead and spin around. We'll go ahead and check out what we got going out today. All right, so as I said, I got a decent amount of stuff going on today. We've got a good sized little stack going on TCGPlayer, a little bit going on eBay. I wish there was a little bit more, and definitely we don't have a whole lot of big bangers going on eBay today. That's unfortunate, but I do have a lot of Komiya cards going out, so I'm definitely excited to go ahead and show those off. But let's go ahead and see what we got going on TCGPlayer. As always, TCGPlayer is just going to be where we have all of our more playable cards. We definitely get a lot of trainer stuff going out. All these Monkey Dories, we got 12 Monkey Dories going out. These Team Rocket Transceivers, very playable cards. And then this customer bought a whole crap ton of Evolving Skies, mostly Evolving Skies. There's a couple other outliers in here, but they're all Evolving Skies reverse holos. Again, it's a nice, hopefully master set, help them master set their Evolving Sky binder. Really cool. Gotta love that OG Evolving Skies, Sword and Shield, baby. Great little order for sure, and just beautiful stuff. This customer got 70 cards. Unfortunately, I was not able to fulfill one of them, so we're going to send 69 of them out. But again, just an awesome little order for sure. Really appreciate you. I think this is going out to Shane. Yeah, Shane. Really appreciate you, Shane. And then we got a few other orders. This customer's a little bit of some cute cards. We got some Skitties, we got some Wigglytuffs, some Clefairies, a few Snorlaxes. So good stuff there. And then, yeah. Beautiful little group of cards. Some more Clefairy stuff going on in a different order there. See some Komiya stuff going out also. Look at all these Komiyas that I had on my TCGPlayer. I had no clue. So many Komiyas. There's a Yukimori. Look at all that. What a great little order that is. We got a Sako Ito there. Awesome stuff. But let's go ahead and see what we got going on eBay. eBay is definitely where I have all my better cards. I have all my bigger banger cards. I've got all my best cards at on eBay. So make sure you guys scan the QR code. Goes right over to my eBay. I have a bunch of different ways you guys can take advantage of a bunch of different savings. So make sure you guys go on and check that out. I've got buy 2 get 1 frees. I've got buy 3 get 1 frees. And then you guys can always try out coupon code ISubscribe2026. That's right, put in coupon code ISubscribe2026, and that should save you 10% off. I'm not sure whether this will be able to stack with my other coupons or anything, so go try that out at your discretion. Our first order is going out to Travis. Travis is also the first one to take advantage of that Komiya card. Got that awesome Tamakazu Kamiya going out for $1.79, that beautiful Skrelp. And we got another Komiya, the Drippy, going out to Joshua for $1.79. Venusaur here is going out to Karen for $2.40. Really appreciate you. Jameson picked up that mouse hold that's actually still in the sealed sleeve. This one's going out for $3. Really appreciate you, Jameson. Dina picked up the Reshiram from Journey Together, going out for $2. Jared got that Sylveon Reverse from Pokemon Go, going out for $2.50. Really appreciate you. The Delamai is going out to Danielle for $10. Really appreciate you. Awesome brand new IR from the brand new set Pitch Black. And then Matthew here took advantage of multiple different sales on my eBay. We got 17 cards going out. Matthew's order was $35, and after all of his savings, Matthew's probably going to spend about $31. Really appreciate you, Matthew. Got that Ponyta. Again, this is all Komiya cards going out. Tamakazu Komiya is a whole entire order of them. Got the Ponyta. Got that Cyndaquil. Actually, I'm a big fan of the Cyndaquil. The reverse holo of this card is chef's kiss beautiful. Got that Chandelure. Nice, awesome holo Chandelure from Steam Siege. Another one of these Drippies. And a Diglett. A little heavy play on that Diglett. OG Generations card there. Got that Farfetch reverse. Awesome stuff. Cacturne. Beautiful. Drampa. Galoom. Inkay. Got that Magneton. Little Onyx action. Snorunt. Beautiful reverse Snorunt on that one. Really great card from Guardians Rising Sun and Moon era. Trico, love that thing. That is an absolutely awesome Komiya card. Surviper, awesome little reverse Surviper. Skrelp, sending out so many of these today. And then last but not least, Matthew's getting that Whale Mirror. What a great little group of Komiya cards. Really appreciate you, Matthew. Katie picked up the Milotic, going out for $2. Really appreciate that. Got that Morpeko full art from the brand new set Pitch Black, going out for $8 to Angel. Really appreciate you, Angel. Onyx going out to Enon for $1.89. Got that Snorunt, more Komiya cards going out to Aaron for $2. Stone Journal, little Yukimori action going out to Yudi for $1.79. Marissa's back again. Marissa's definitely getting to become a little bit of a repeat buyer. Really appreciate you. Got that Slowpoke, awesome. Melting, just that melting cool looking Komiya action card going out for $5. Really appreciate you, Marissa. Michael picked up the Snorunt, another one of these guys going out for $1.95. Really appreciate you. And then last but not least, Megan picked up that Metapod. Got the Asako Ito crochet artwork Metapod going out for $2.95. Really appreciate you, Megan. But that's going to be it for you folks. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was definitely a little bit of a longer one, a little bit more of a long form content episode. Again, it's been a while since I've been able to do one of these. I've been having so many shows lately. Hopefully I'll get back to doing a few more of these. And if you guys haven't hit those buttons yet, why haven't you? It's free. It's free to smash that like. It's free to smash that subscribe. It's free to leave a comment. Just go ahead and do it. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.